Hello, internet friends. My name is Bay. Welcome to the Battle for Azeroth Alpha and the second pass for the Mistweaver Monk. There's been some stuff. We're going over talent adjustments, spells and abilities lost or gained, what has been kept from Legion, artifact, and legendaries. New graphics, a brief overview of the war mode talents and any GCD changes. There will be no true gameplay in this series. I will definitely go heal me some target dummies, though. So consider this more of a one-man podcast walkthrough primer of what your spec is going to be like from Legion into the Battle for Azeroth. The entire second pass testing VOD is linked down below in the video description box, where we go over all the nitty-gritty and test a whole lot more stuff out in a more longer, drawn-out, point-by-point format. If you want to go watch or listen to that, please feel free. And then, of course, any comments, questions, feedback, leave them down below in the comments section on YouTube. That's what it's there for. And if it's your first time here, or you enjoy my ramblings overall, maybe hit that subscribe button, or possibly slam down that bell icon next to subscribe. That's the notification icon, so you could be notified when I post new videos. So, the title of this video is talking about Uplift and Fistweaving. We're going to get to all of that. Yes, they're real. My video titles aren't a joke. I'm just trying to make like a catchy title. I'm not clickbaiting you because I'm talking about real things. Clickbait normally is misleading. I'm not misleading you because they are definitely real things. So, cover some baseline stuff. The spell Ifuse is gone. Poof. Doesn't exist anymore. And the Uplift mechanic is back in a new way. I will describe it, of course, as I go through here. It's tied to Vivify. So, Vivify is your main base heal, and it just heals a single target. However, it will heal every ally with your Renewing Mist active on them. So if you have a Renewing Mist on yourself, you will then be healed an additional amount. Vivify has a cleave healing effect. Like Vivify used to heal the one target plus a few extras. This now is tied to the Renewing Mist. Renewing Mist also has 2 charges with an 8-second recharge not affected by haste. I tested this out with a few different talent builds. You can have 4 to possibly 5, but the 5th one, or the first in the series of 5, is falling off like a global later. So 4 missed out at any given time, very possible. 3, super easy. 4 is the stretching point right there, though. So you can essentially uplift or upify or upvivify or vivilift or whatever you want to call it, 4 to 5 targets. That is very much a case in point of how this will work out. So that impacts your mastery to a degree as well. So your mastery is still the Gust of Mists. So Renewing Mist when it's cast on the target. Wow. The Enveloping Mist when it's cast on the target. And when Vivify is cast on the target, you will have an instant additional heal. That's the Gust of Mist you have there. Additionally, the biggest change overall is that Soothing Mist is now a channel. You just channel it, like you used to back in the day. Let me go over the target item real quick. When you are channeling Soothing Mist, there are a few things that are happening here. You may cast Enveloping Mist and Vivify instantly during the channel. Additionally, each heal has a chance to cause a Gust of Mist, your mastery, to activate. This has a deck-based proc system. Let me explain. Instead of an RPPM system that is, say, 3.5 times haste RPPM, where it could proc roughly 3.5 times your haste procs per minute, or it'll give you a lot more in 1 minute and a lot less the next minute, sort of how it averages out over combat duration. A deck system stacks imagine if you have like 8 cards, or in this case there's 16. You have 16 aces in your deck, but there are 2 kings. You'll take 1 card off per proc, per tick of Soothing Mist. Eventually, you're going to draw a king. There it is. You'll keep going. You'll draw another king eventually. I think you'll draw nothing for a while until you draw all 16, and the deck just resets. So as you channel Soothing Mist on a target, roughly every full duration of 8 ticks, you should see 1 proc of your mastery. If you don't, there is 1 right there. You will, of course, see 2 in the next channel. Averaged, right? On average, you're going to get 1 per channel, up to 2 per channel out of every 16 ticks. That is how the effect works. So that means your base channeled heal has, there we go, there's 2 procs right there, has mastery synergy. So, getting all that out of the way, Mastery deck system, 2 and 16 proc chance, EVM, and Vivify cast during the channel. Essence Font, Hot, plus Soothing Mastery proc does equal 2. I want to ask about that. If you do have the Essence Font, Hot on a target, you still get the double proc on your Mastery. If it'll proc right here, there it goes. The Gust of Mist will proc twice. That is still very much a thing. Or, of course, if you have Renewing Mist on the target, and you have your Essence Font on the target, and you're channeling, and every time you hit your Vivify, you're going to get 2 Vivifies, of course, and 2 Gusts of Mist. So, if you haven't picked up what I'm putting down, the single target burst healing potential of the Mistweaver Monk now is actually a little bit laughable. That does change a bit of your priority on how you're going to heal or how you are going to spec as a Mistweaver. The Jack of all trades of the Holy Priest is kind of not a thing in comparison now, because you can be a throughput blanket healer as you currently used to, or you can be an insane burst healer. I'm going to aggro this target dummy, this boss dummy. He's going to kick me in the face. So here and heal through it, though. No big deal. Because you do so much single target healing, I am taking tank damage. It's fine, though. Not a big deal. Yeah, sure, that's great. I will just stand here. I'll just heal myself straight. That's okay. You know what? No, I don't feel like that anymore. I'm gonna heal myself for real. Yeah, that's right. Come at me, bro. I'm obviously dumpstering my mana, but you see what I mean? The single target burst healing capabilities. If you watched any of my tank videos so far, that was 3 stacks of the Uber Strike. Tanks against this target dummy last between 35 and like 35 seconds and a minute. I bet until I was I could probably just stay in there and tank him. It's that silly. Additionally, you are seeing a graphical glitch or an intentional one. If you have Shayloon transmogged, you will see your little clouds of mists. They do nothing. They are just a graphical something or other. I'm not sure, again, if they are supposed to be there or if it's just a remnant or it's just part of the transmog. I don't know. Other things real quick to go over for the base slide of the Mistweaver Monk is that Thunder Focus T has some different interactions. I wasn't even using Thunder Focus T, and that hit me in the face, but I heal through all your damage. Enveloping Mist with Thunder Focus T immediately heals for a large amount. So EVM is about, I think it was like 250% spell power or so, roughly. The heal on the instant EVM is 200% spell power. So if you want to look at something that's actually kind of sad, it's just a little weaker, about 1,000 healing weaker than a revival. That's, of course, on a single target. But to put it in perspective on how strong that is, it's a very big single target heal. I'll actually double check that right now on the talent calculator because I am curious to make sure I'm not talking out of my butt. Where is Thunder Focused T, if I could, please? Specialization, yes. Because it was really strong. I can't find it now. I know I had it pulled up sitting here waiting for me, but now I can't seem to find it. Probably because it's all mixed up in here and everything else. Thunder Focused T. Thank you. Yeah, 200% spell power. And Enveloping Mist is 247.5% of your spell power. So to put it in perspective, it almost doubles immediately, kind of triples the overall amount of healing you're doing because you're just adding on the same hot almost instantly. Now, of course, the healing amount's going to be affected a little differently with like your actual scaling of like versatility adding onto that, because there's probably still going to be a really good stat for the Mistweaver, but mastery's got to be up there. Next up, you have 10 additional seconds on the duration of Renewing Mist. Vivify will be free, and Rising Sun Kick cooldown decreased by 9 seconds. What does that tie into, I wonder? More on that in a little bit. Other baseline adjustments here, you have Paralysis. This is a 45-second cooldown now, up from the 15, but down from 60 seconds. It's been changed. Mystic Touch, this is your baseline raid utility or whatever. So it's a 5% damage increase debuff on a target. You can apply this with Crackling Jade Lightning, so you can still be at ranged. Apply this for your group. Go back to healing. It lasts for 1 minute. Or, of course, if you're punching and kicking things, it'll keep applying over and over and over again. No big deal. You did notice there that, of course, I look at my notes there again. Thunder Focus Tea no longer affects a fuse because it's been gone. It no longer makes EVM instant cast. Gives you that actual big old hit there because, again, when you're channeling Soothing Mist, it's instant cast already. And then Essence Font is gone. And the REM 0 CD, that's also gone too. Leg Sweep is baseline. You saw that right there. It's a 5-yard, 3-second AoE stun on a 1-minute cooldown. There's a new talent you can take that competes with your Ring of Peace and Song of Chi-Ji, which is a 10-second cooldown reduction that increases its yardage by 2. So you can take Ring of Peace and Leg Sweep is so silly, though. Or Chi-Ji and Leg Sweep. Some really good utility bonuses you can put together on your Mistweaver Monk. Also, Transcendence Transfer has its cooldown increased by 20 seconds, up from, so it's 45 up from 25 now. A little bit of a mobility nerf, just a little bit, but mostly a PvP nonsense, so you can't be like, oh, I got the monk, bloop, he's gone. And he comes back, oh, I got the monk, bloop, he's gone. So that's a little bit hard to do now. But you're seeing everything else in the spellbook is the same. So you still have your Tiger Palm. You still have the same way you have with Teachers of the Monastery. So you can stack that up and throw out the Blackout Kicks. And of course, Rising Sun Kick still does a hefty chunk of your actual fist weaving damage. Revival is still pretty weak, and they didn't give you Yulon back yet. So it's just here. It did get buffed in the recent build. I will sort of pause for a moment and say all the information I'm giving you right here is also in a much more literary format. If you'd like to go check out the huge Mistweaver build documentation over on peakofserenity.com, I will link that in the description box down below. Go check out the posts for Mistweaver or Brewmaster or Windwalker Monk. They break down all the changes from build to build. So if you want to go through all the iterations, because I'm obviously going from like alpha to now, but if you want more nitty gritty, go check out peakofserenity.com. Excuse me. And then you can get a whole lot of extra information over there. I didn't bring up a talent graphic for Mistweaver because I don't really think it's necessary, because you only had a few changes to your talents, 2 big ones, but you lost Zen Pulse, unfortunately. I like that talent. It was a lot of fun. And then you also lost Rising Thunder. Mist Wrap moves up here to compete with Chi Wave and Chi Burst. Chi Burst and Chi Wave are both less damage, more healing. That is not the case with Chi Burst on live. It actually does more damage, less healing. So now it actually is a burst heal with some damage. Chi Wave is the whole bouncy, smart damage and healing madness. And then, of course, Mist Wrap is the extra second on Enveloping Mist and the 10% additive bonus to the healing coefficient for EVM. That makes it a 40% increase, up from a 30% increase. And yes, of course, this will stack with the Thunder Focus Tea heal and anything else going into that window of time. Very powerful, again, because you are doing a ton of burst healing in a very short amount of time on one target. Oops, that's the wrong button. I Thunder Focused the wrong thing. No! Oh, well. It's a lot of burst. It's an unbelievable amount of burst healing. And, of course, the Cleave Uplift healing there. That is definitely a thing that you can do. Now, your other talents. Everything else is the same. Manatee moves over here. It lasts for 12 seconds because it's actually on the GCD when you drink it now. So the extra 1.5-ish or 1 second, of course, of time. It lasts for 10 seconds on live right now. You have to actually physically drink Mana Tea. This will break the Soothing Mist channel. And of course, moving will also break Soothing Mist because it's not a passive anymore, right? You actually hard channel this continuously, right? But Thunder Focus Tea can be done while you're channeling. That just exists, right? That doesn't matter. You can do that all the time without worrying about breaking the channel. Spirit of the Crane is still here for all of your Fistweaving mana regeneration needs. Life Cycles was buffed to 25% on Vivify and Enveloping Mist, and because they are both instant cast back and forthable in Soothing Mist window now, the mana reduction on those for single target burst healing is quite nice. Very noticeable overall, considering that Enveloping Mist costs 1,000 mana. I am level 110, of course, but this is obviously going to scale up to whatever the new base mana is at 120. It's a large chunk in proportion, right? Dampen Harm, Diffuse Magic, Healing Elixir all remain the same. Your CC here is the same except for the Tiger Tail Sweep. Summon Jade Serpent statues, kind of, it's free healing. Does not proc your mastery like yours does when you are channeling. It just has its own version that it heals. So that is not a thing. You cannot get your Gusts of Mist to proc with your Jade Serpent, but again, this is totally free healing. Refreshing Jade Wind is still quite expensive, so it has the 10-yard, 6 target cap heal proc. Still very powerful, though, in that sense. And then Chi-Ji was actually buffed, kind of. So Chi-Ji's duration was reduced to 25 seconds from 45 seconds, same cooldown. However, it's kind of more like a healing stream totem now, like an actual like healing tide totem, sorry, that healing that shamans have. The amount that he heals went up in comparison. So if it was squished the same way that everything else was being squished by Legion to BFA, he would be way weaker, but he is relatively a lot stronger than his Legion version because he lasts a short amount of time. So more of a bursty heal in this sense. So free single target healing going over your Soothing Mist on, then like bursty continuous AoE healing for the group around you, and then of course your burst raid heal. Focus Thunder, you've seen it this whole time. It's 2 empowerments on your next Thunder Focus Tea. Then you have 2 new talents here. You have Upwelling. Upwelling is kind of weird to read, but it's easy to understand once you walk through it here. Look at the tooltip right now. It is going up in time, so make sure I'm not crazy, right? So for every 6 seconds Essence Font spends off cooldown, which is not totally true because it kind of just ticks up over time, your next Essence Font may be channeled for 1 additional second, in parentheses, up to double the normal channel time. So it goes from 3 seconds channel time to 6 seconds channel time. The duration of Essence Font heal over time is increased by 4 seconds. So the little hot that leaves afterwards that has the double mastery interaction goes up to 12 seconds, which can pandemic now to 14. It obviously will have a pandemic anyway from 8, but to like 9. So when you have a longer base dot, or hot in this case, rather, the 30% pandemic refresh will obviously last a little longer. So you're going to see like 13 to 14 seconds when it gets refreshed there. Additionally, the one thing we talked about on stream is the amount of targets you can have with your hot on them on a normal Essence Font, because it's 3 individual waves of 6 missiles over 3 seconds. That doubles because you're doubling the duration of the channel if it's left off cooldown long enough, which means that you can blanket the entire raid of, normally you have 18 targets you'll get, right? 3 times 6, 18. You'll double that. You can blanket your entire 30-man raid group in one of these hots, so that whenever you heal anyone else, you're going to gain 2 Gusts of Mists for extra triage, extra burst healing. Or, of course, the extra little trickle healing you're going to do anyway, just from Essence Font normally. This is a huge raid-wide heal, or it could be used for Fistweaving in the sense that you could channel it, get the hot on your group members, throw your Renewing Mists out there, maybe, burst your tank a little bit, put your hots on them, and then go back to Fistweaving. That could work. Obviously, Focus Thunder still has that interaction because of now the new interaction with Rising Sun Kick and the cooldown reduction therein. Or What you've all been waiting for, the real fist-weaving talent, and why my title is not just nonsense, Rising Mist. Rising Sun Kick will heal all allies with your Renewing Mist, Enveloping Mist, or Essence Font, that's an or, not an and, for 15% of your spell power, and it will extend the duration of those hots by 2 seconds. This is very fun to work around in a raid setting. I can't really show you because there's no target dummies on this side. I have to go over to the other side to do actually damage dummies. On the raid healing side, we talked about this a lot on stream. A lot of what people are seeing in the mythics and the raids testing that's going on right now on the beta is a very, very, very strong use of hitting Essence Font, slamming a T, then you will Rising Sun Kick, Rising Sun Kick. Because what you are then converting is 2 very, very, very free mana cost abilities into additional 15% spell power smack heals on... It's not a lot of healing. It's just a lot of overall healing on up to 18 players. Almost instantly. And of course, you'll add 4 more seconds of your overall hot on those targets. On our rough estimated math right here, because Essence Font, the hot doesn't tick very hard, and of course this heal isn't super crazy, you can kind of add about double whatever the Rising Sun Kick heal says into the overall effectiveness per Rising Sun Kick hit because of the additional hot time on the Essence Font. So that makes it quite a bit more powerful if it's on 18 raiders, because the overall HPS throughput there is huge. Again, it's not a lot of like, oh, it's not revival healing, or it's not, you know, a tranquility stacked up, it's flourished, but this is every 9 seconds or so. Or, you know, you can double up with, you know, if you do the Thunder Focus thing, it's every 30 seconds. But again, you can weave those in and out because Rising Sun Kick's 11-second cooldown, Essence Font's 12-second cooldown. You can do this over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So if you want to fist weave in a raid setting, this could be a ton of healing. And you can still, of course, bounce around your 2 charges of Renewing Mist and throw Enveloping Mist on the tank and Soothe and then Vivify, and then go back to whatever you're doing. And go back to fist weaving, right? But then you can always roll the Essence Font into the RSK combo. Just have a lot, because RSK is free. 300 mana is nothing. You regen more mana during the GCD than you spend on Rising Sun Kick. So the fist weaving potential, it's not eminence healing, but it's not that bad either. It's very, very interesting. Very, very powerful. I was told this is the best talent in the tier for current levels. Upwelling and Focus Thunder may need a little bit more, or they might nerf the actual spell coefficient of the Essence Font, or I mean the Rising Sun Kick heal. But again, like, it has drawbacks. You're going to be in melee. You got to use Thunder Focus T on or not, but sometimes it helps to do it with Rising Sun Kick. Has drawbacks, right? You can't always be in melee, but you are a fist-weaving Mistweaver Monk. So there you go. That is Rising Mist and the potential that you can use with it. On dungeon content, it feels really good because this is where you can get like 4 to almost 5 Renewing Mists on your targets. So you can obviously focus Thunder one of them to last longer. And I have one more thing to talk about with Renewing Mist. There is a new huge quality of life. You may have seen it earlier, but to call it out directly here, you may have seen this in a moment ago. There's a really nice quality of life bonus to Renewing Mist. On live right now, and I've played a fair share. I have a 110 Mistweaver Monk. I've done my Mythic 15s, and I've punched and kicked things. If you're Renewing Mist a target that already has Renewing Mist on it, what happens? Just updates it. But now, if you Renewing Mist a target that has Renewing Mist on it, it will bounce the current one off to another target. And of course, there's your, oh, Vivify, Uplift, yo. So that's really nice. That's a really nice quality of life update. So that alone, because again, you're going to be channeling on a target, but you want to like Renewing Mist and then Renewing Mist again, it'll just bounce to someone else. It forces the bounce mechanic. Of course, you still have the Renewing Mist bounce anyway, where if it actually would heal to maximum health. It'll just boop, it'll topple to someone else. And then again, you can add 10 seconds. So you can bounce around this, you know, you can have Renewing Mist out and about. One went over here, didn't it? Where would it go? Where'd it go? Oh, it fell off the other one. We only have 2 up right now. But we still got 14 on that one. You got 15 on that one. Put one more up here in a moment. So we got 3 like almost full duration Renewing Mists right here. So Uplift in a way and Fistweaving in a way, BFA style, are definitely here. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of that, if that excites you for your Mistweaver Monk. There's still the whole nonsense garbage discussion about like, well, Holy Priests and Resto Druids are still better in raids, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. That's a discussion, and that's for each individual guild, player versus skill versus the spec. That's whatever. Don't worry about that. War mode is turned on in your capital city, Stormwind or Orgrimmar. You gain 15% additional XP for killing mobs and completing quests, and you get additional rewards at endgame for doing world quests. You gain more honor for killing enemy champions, enemy faction, and you get even more honor for killing enemy assassins. You become an assassin yourself if you go on a 10+ kill streak, and then you get 15% more damage and healing until you die. More honor given if you're an assassin, more honor gained if you kill enemy assassins. And the whole honor madness is listed somewhere. There's like 500 something ranks of stupid and all these different things you can earn. A lot of cosmetic stuff. You also will gain access to any of these honor talents in the open world, or of course in arenas and battlegrounds or wherever, but not any PvE spaces, but of course in PvE islands. I picked Chrysalis, which is the reducing the cooldown of your life cocoon by 30 seconds. I took Counteract Magic, which is Renewing Mist will heal for 135% more when the target is affected by a magical dot. I took Dome of Mist, which makes your Enveloping Mist a Absorb Shield. And that still, of course, works with the instant cast spammable nature of Renewing, or Soothing Mist. So this is a build you can't do on live because these are talents that compete, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, you can't do this, but you can do this now. So go check out WoWDB or WoWhead. They have a talent calculator. You can go through all of these, pick and choose, and build your own crazy PvP build with 3 of whatever talents you would like, competing ones before or not, and go wild. Make a build that's really soloable, so you can do world questing, PvP, war mode stuff with your friends, right? Obviously, Yulon's Gift, because it's hilarious. I can't stop the monk. Grab celerity and never be slow. Just go for whatever you like. Fast feet, stack it all together. Yulon's Gift, fast feet, go for it. Go crazy. Way of the Crane, obviously still here. You can combine Way of the Crane with Rising Mist, because you're already being a Fistweaver, right? You're already doing it. Might as well take the 1 minute cooldown where you deal additional physical damage, you remove and become immune to all snares and root effects, and you heal the 3 nearest allies for 200% of all the damage you deal. Combine that with the, again, the new Thunder Focus T, giving you more Rising Sun kicks, putting out your Essence Font, healing your group members for the actual eminence from Way of the Crane, and Rising Mist synergy. It's nice. It's not what it used to be, but it's nice, okay? It's nice. But that is the Mistweaver Monk. Quite a lot of changes overall going on. I hope they just give you back Yulon on Revival because it just needs to be there. I don't know why it's not. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, what your thoughts are for the Mistweaver Monk. Let me know, because I'm really curious. This spec has seen a lot of changes, but still apparently has a lot of grumpy players out there. Check the video description box down below again for, of course, the VOD. You can check that out. Or if you'd like to possibly earn yourself a beta key and test out yourself, go check out my Facebook page right now. We're doing a big old giveaway right now on Facebook, linked in the description box down below, where you can win a beta key if you submit a really nice screenshot that you took of something that is a eyed wallpaper that moment. Don't Google something. Go take an awesome screenshot, submit it, win a beta key, possibly. Or just follow me on Facebook. I post whenever new videos go live. I post when I'm streaming and testing stuff. And again, if you're new to the channel and enjoyed my rambles, hit that subscribe button if you'd like, or hit the notification bell icon next to subscribe to be notified when new videos go live. New shows, new coverage, new beta discussions, all that good stuff. Thank you all very much for listening to my rambles. Let me know what you think of the Mistweaver Monk. I think it's fun. I like healing on it on live. It's going to be a lot of fun for me to Fistweave again and be sort of not paying attention, but still keeping my group alive. Thank you very much for listening. I will see you all in the next BFA Second Pass beta video.